Chris with Brothaspeak Podcast. We discuss Black LGBT issues and topics. And you know what? Today, I'll be honest with you, I wanted to have this discussion for quite some time. Now, y'all heard me say that a bunch of times. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But seriously, there's some topics that I just want to tackle. And the differences between gay men, gay women, I really think that a lot of people really want to discuss. So my guest today is Maya, entrepreneur, DJ. She's on the grind. She's doing events coming up. We're going to talk about that next year, or what she's doing for next year. But she's also just a normal female who actually loves women, lesbian, like whatever you want to label, you want to put it on there. But she's also one of these people that she's honest. She's very open about what she thinks, what she feels. And I thought, who not to have on the guest? It's a perfect opportunity to get somebody who is actually open and honest about everything. So we have Maya McKee.
Hey everybody, this is Maya G. I'm over here talking to Chris, and we got a really hot show for you guys today, going into the whole lesbian, bisexual, and all this other stuff. And recently we had a video with, I think, a stud who was having sex with a guy, and it went viral, and everybody was upset. So we're going to talk about some of that stuff.
Really?
We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of gray areas, so I'm very, very happy to be here, Chris. I'm ready to roll.
You ready to roll? Okay, all right. She looks ready too. I mean, listen. There's a lot of topics that I honestly believe that we really, truly don't know each other in terms of a lot of gay men and gay women. A lot of people don't really intersect as friends a lot either. No. And I don't understand why. Now, let's talk of the friendship thing first. Okay. To me, we're friends. I have no problem. I've never really had a problem with lesbian friends, or I don't think people have a problem with me. But that's also, I think, it goes according to your vibe. Right. But why isn't there much of a bigger relationship between gay men and gay women, in your opinion? Personally,
I think it's more of an ethnic thing. I think that with Caucasian, I see them being a little bit more flexible in terms of friendship goals. Yeah. Where I see with blacks, not even Spanish people, but with black, we're definitely segregated. Me personally, I get along with men great. Yeah. I think that some lesbians are under the impression, like, if you're cool with guys, then there's something questionable about you. And that's not really true. The thing is that once you know who you are and where you stand, it really doesn't make a difference. Being an entrepreneur, most of my business comes from men. Yep. So if I'm not in my own skin and comfortable who I am, it's going to be very difficult to do business with men. A lot of gay women, butch or studs or whatever, don't know the difference between being a professional and being labeled. Right? Because if I'm a stud and I'm dealing with women, I'm dealing with my woman differently when I'm dealing with customers. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately in this world we have to play our role. That's true. So I'm not walking around in a mini skirt, but at the same time I'm still gonna be respecting the fact that this is business. Right. Okay? So now to go back to the whole friendship thing, I think that a lot of people feel like if you're cool with that sex, then you must be sleeping with that sex, and it's absolutely absurd. You think so? Of course, because there's no other reason for you not to be cool. Think about it. There's no other reason for you not to be cool. I have more male friends than I have female friends. Yeah. Okay? And I have more heterosexual friends than I have gay friends. Okay. Because with a lot of gay women, you bring them around your people, whatever, they just don't know how to behave. You know what I'm saying? So there's disrespect there. Okay. I get along with gay men. I get along with straight men. I think because I'm so comfortable and secure in my position that I don't think that being around whoever is going to make a difference. But that's just me. Right. It also has to do with whether or not you're secure with who you are. Because if you're not comfortable with men, then what's the issue? Because you being gay has nothing with you being comfortable with men or not.
It's kind of funny you mentioned, because once I started thinking about just gay in general, black gay in general. Right. And there's a lot of division in the black gay men world. Just, we know there's a lot of black men who love white men and don't even deal with anyone black other than people who are like-minded like themselves. But have you thought about why? The first thing that comes to my head is self-hate. There's a lot of, but see, it also, there's so many divisions in black. Let me just tackle that for a minute.
What divided not even being gay?
Well,
We're divided by just being from here and from there.
Well, okay, one sense.
From New York or you from Miami?
Okay, so you like
Jamaica,
Caribbean, like you got.
Right.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that is very much so true.
Doing that.
Well, that's because of white men. Listen. In my personal,
we're gonna fall off.
In my personal opinion, the white men. But we also get the beliefs. Our beliefs came from being passed down from some bullshit. Absolutely. Either we thought that we were better than if you're coming from this particular country or that particular land, or we just thought that we're not like them. We divide ourselves according to economics, especially the gay community.
Right.
We divide ourselves among economics. We divide ourselves according to culture. Right. We divide ourselves in terms of what we like.
I don't divide myself on anything. I mingle with everybody.
But you're a rare breed, I think.
In my last relationship, I was dating a white woman. Right?
Yeah, all right.
And a good portion of my friends stopped talking to me.
Ooh.
They wouldn't even hang out with me. But the minute they knew that we broke up, broken up, yeah. All of a sudden the invites started coming back up. All of a sudden the calls were coming back in. So I asked one of my friends, I'm like, what was that about? You didn't hit me up in like 4 years. Well, I didn't know where you were. Like, I don't know what kind of space you were at the time.
What do you mean? Wait, what does that mean?
Exactly. What does that mean?
Just because you were dating a white person?
Of course. And before her, I was dating a Dominican, and it was the same thing. Like, my friends are like, I don't know why you have opinion about black people. You don't even date them.
Oh, you know what? Somebody said that to me recently. Somebody said that shit, and I'm thinking to myself, whoa, stop. First off, actually, I love the fact that somebody pegged me like this. They said, you personally, I don't know if you really, kid you not, I don't know if you really like dark skinned men.
Oh, I got that.
I don't know if you really like, if you just deal with the light skinned one. I think you only date Latinos. I think you only date white.
Wow.
I just got pegged in so many areas,
Madness.
And I'm thinking to myself, damn, none of y'all really see the people I've been. But why am I putting this particular category? And when it comes just to, you just got to, swing the issue back on friendship for a minute. But when it come down to friends for a minute, when it came down to just hanging out with, people have pegged me too.
Of course.
So if I'm friends with a white person and I'm hanging around, and sometimes you just don't control who all come to hang out with you during lunchtime or dinner time, but you've been pegged. Oh, you're like that. And then if I'm hanging around nothing but black people, oh, you're like that. Or if I'm hanging around a lot more Latino people, oh, you're like that. It's all bing, bing, bing. And we do more categorizing. Mm-hmm. With friendship. In my personal opinion. But yeah, you're right. We divide ourselves according to all sorts of things.
Anywhere we can. And, so for me, I was just like, did I have a reason to really dating outside my race? Well, I'm going to talk about that real quick.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so I was talking to an individual, and she always, I'd be like, well, let's go kayaking. You always want to do that white shit. I'd be like, let's go ziplining. Nah, you need to get yourself a white girl.
Are you serious?
She kept saying that.
So it's not about exploring other things. No. It's just simply of categorizing the activity.
Absolutely. So finally, it's amazing on how the universe works, right?
Yeah.
And the next individual that came into my eyesight, of interest, because I was definitely fed up with that situation.
Wow.
Was a Caucasian person. She was into all of that, skydiving and this and that, and kayaking, traveling, snorkeling, and I'm like, oh man, this is awesome,
Yeah.
And when that ex found out about it, oh my gosh, she went crazy. She's like, I knew you always wanted a white woman. And Chris, if you only knew the truth, it was nothing like that. It was just that I want to be able to explore. I don't want to be in nobody's box. And stuff like that.
Right.
But to go back to what to what we were talking about earlier. A lot of women have this picture in their mind on what gay is supposed to be like.
Wow.
And what lesbian is supposed to be like. I had a conversation with someone, and I asked her, are you bi or are you a lesbian? And she says, I'm bi, but I enjoy women more. I said, let me rephrase that.
Okay, all right.
Having wanting to have sex is sex. Sex is sex, okay? Because we're humans, right? But emotional connection is really what determines what label you should put on your can. You know, I hate to say it like that, but if you're gonna label your can, that's what it's gonna. Because most people, you would have sex with a woman, you would, and then get up the next day and keep on about your business. True. Don't feel no kind of ways about it. It was an activity like a sport. Like you went to the gym, you worked out, and you left. You know? but if you had sex with a guy, it'd be a different thing. You know, you probably have an emotional kind of connection with him. You know, I like him. I think I want to do this with him again, type of thing. You know, it's different.
Yeah.
Now, people's values now put them in a state whether they're going to be a lesbian or whether they're going to be a gay man. So where they're not going back and forth, they're not flip-flopping. So they're not confusing people. So it's your values, really.
But should you have to choose? Should you? I mean, cause it's almost like team lesbian, team gay, team bisexual.
You shouldn't have to choose. However, there is a big group of people that want to know where they stand with you.
Well, okay. For instance, I had an interview with David J. Cork. He's actually an actor. He's a producer, creator. He created his own By the web series. By the way, I suggest many people just watch it because even right now, Issa. Oh God, what's her name? She's on Insecure with HBO.
Oh yes.
She just recently created a bisexual male comedy for HBO. HBO just picked up 2. She picked up another one. So go Issa. But the thing about it is, she's exploring the bisexuality.
Right.
And the reason why, we actually talked about that recently at our meeting, of how many stereotypes.
There's very few bisexuals, though.
I think that's bullshit.
No, they're not really bisexual. They may enjoy having sex with both. I don't know about bisexual.
But, okay, wait a minute. If you enjoy having sex with both, what is that?
It's not bisexual.
It's all sexual food? What is it?
It's just sex. It really is.
Well, so what do you call? Wait.
Because wait. If you get married, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're a male.
Yeah.
And you get married to a dude.
Okay.
Right. And you say, I'm going to be faithful to this good dude. I'm not fucking with nobody else but dudes or him.
Okay.
How bisexual are you?
You're not fucking with nobody else?
But him. You're just fucking him.
That's what's called dedication.
Okay. But I'm saying, are you still bisexual?
Yeah.
How?
You're suppressing that shit. That's what I'm dead serious. I think you're suppressing that shit. You know what? The reality is, I think if you, it's almost like I was talking to somebody who's versatile.
Right.
You know, we'll talk on that later.
Okay, so if you're suppressing it, then that means you're saying that bisexuals are unable to be with one sex. That's what you're saying.
Possible. It's possible. I think that sometimes
that's a whole different
but you know what? Because in the bedroom, if you've been with the person for 10, 12 years, even in a normal heterosexual relationship, sex therapists have said it will get boring after a while. There's nothing you can do.
Well, that's why some couples, you know, they
open the relationship up.
Yeah, they do open the relationship. They do this one individual, you know, I was talking to, she's like, you know, if we got to do threesome, whatever it takes to get that spice going. Some people, but I have lesbian friends. One is lesbian, the other one's bisexual. They've been together for over a decade. Okay, and they're still enjoying sex. And one of them is
just monogamy,
right? And if they were gonna do anything outside, both of them will be involved. But some people are really committed to their relationship.
No, is that just lesbians? You know what?
No, it's not just lesbians. Because lesbians step out too.
Okay.
Lesbians step out. They do step out.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna talk on that for you. Okay. So just gonna because we'll jump into all types of shit. Okay, so the friendship aspect. Let's go back to that. Why are not? And again, you mentioned that a lot of gay men and gay women, the reason why they're not is because of the fact that we choose to divide ourselves. And I think that's true. In many respects. So knowing,
and then some lesbians don't even like gay men. They don't like the whole activity.
Why?
Of gay men.
Why? Tell me why.
Because they feel like men should be men and they shouldn't be sleeping with guys. It's just
what the fuck?
It's hypocritical. It's the truth.
See, okay, let's stop for a minute. Wait. Okay,
I'm being honest.
Okay, but
they would much rather hang out with a transgender than hang out with a regular guy who's gay.
But why is that? Are you thinking
it's crazy?
Oh God, I don't understand this. Okay, but you know what? On the gay side, I got to let me backtrack. On the gay male side, a lot of them say, they're too butch for us. And on top of that, they want to fight all the time. That's the first thing. Now, when they want to fight on time,
the immature ones.
I'm talking about they want to fight on time comes as like the number one excuse.
That's why I don't really have that many of them as friends. That none of them were being gay.
And so my thing is like, okay, wait a minute. So if what you're saying is true,
right?
That we still are living in this heterosexual boundary mentally. To where we don't necessarily believe that should be the situation, and also the situation with gay men, how they look at gay women in some cases, to where you see the extra baggy clothes and the hat and everything, they kind of put them in a very masculine role, and some gay men don't necessarily find that to be something, which is very weird to me. It's like, well, wait a minute. Are we both on both sides of the fences living in this normative of heterosexual thinking that's affecting our relationship just to be friends?
I think that on the friendship thing, people are just coming in there with so much baggage, which is unnecessary. Like, they already predetermined certain things about the other individual, which is
before we even open our mouths,
right? Which is unnecessary.
And black people do that just in general. Just forget the gay stuff.
Yeah, they do it just
listen, I came to a Christmas party, and it was a holiday party, and one of the guys, I was the only one that came with a jacket, looking, overdressed, but the situation was I didn't know exactly what the dress code. There was none enforced. So I just basically came, slacks, nice shirt, jacket, and everyone's like, damn, maybe I feel underdressed, but I just came in. One black guy was just sitting there, just with this, like, looking at me just like, and the first thought I thought was that I'm the only one in the marketing position, and that's considered to be a little bit higher than the rest. Is it possible that this person is viewing me like Uncle Tom or something? I don't know. Because we do that shit all the time without even opening our mouth, not even saying hello, what's up, how you doing? So I mean, so our
culture. I'm gonna touch on that in a minute, but keep going.
But our culture, just aside from the sexual aspect,
we put each other down. We put each other down. People come up to me, oh, you still got your little business? What the fuck is a little business? There's nothing little about it. It makes way more money than you can think of. So what's little about it? But that's what we do. Where if a Hispanic or a white person, Caucasian's talking, they'll be like, "That's your business. That's awesome."
Yeah.
This look like something you can franchise.
Yeah.
But when our own come in, it's like, "Oh, you still got your little business?
Wow.
Are you making enough money here?"
Wow.
It's just a way to bring you down to their level.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important. I think even as a gay community, it's important to become self-aware of who you are.
Yeah.
Because once you become self-aware of who you are, a lot of the minutiae and maggots of society don't much bother you anymore. Because if you don't find yourself and you're out here trying to be an entrepreneur and you're gay and you're lesbian, whatever you're trying to identify yourself with, it can be a very miserable thing.
But let's
friends will turn their back on you. I just gave you an example.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But you know what? Finding yourself. Let's talk about that for a bit. That's a process in a goddamn self.
Man. Say that again.
It's a process
because
in
you gotta
itself.
make a decision to accept who you are. Because you had to fight your family to be you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you have to commingle with society to fit yourself in to be you.
Yeah.
Then you have to find a partner who can actually mesh with you, and they're already themselves. Because if they're not, now you have to be, as a stud or a butch, you got to be strong enough to carry the both of us.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot, and people don't realize it's. I'm not gonna say it's hard, but it's hard. And it is
hard. It is hard.
And when people say, "Oh, I'm a stud," what exactly does that mean?
What the fuck is a stud?
Well, that means that I like to wear men's clothes. But that's what it means to them. But really, what a stud or alpha female is, it's a mental state. I had a full open conversation in a lesbian chat room, and I posted that about, to me, being a stud is not just your clothing. It really is a mental state, because some women are just mentally more stable to handle a relationship than others, and not because of the clothes that they wear. That's just who they are.
Right.
It's so happening. A lot of them wear men clothes, but they're bitch ass females. Like, they cry more, they complain more.
Oh my god!
They on Facebook always bitch niggas complain about something.
God.
If they got a headache, if they got this, if they got that hurt. I couldn't tell you. I never post anything, any pain or suffering I got going on social media. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I hate that shit.
How you gonna handle the shit in your house if you can't handle if you on social media crying about everything? Like, how you gonna do that?
It's because you're really trying to gain attention, but you're trying to get justification or trying to get some sort of pat on the back or some type of rub.
What are you, like Tyrese? Go sit down somewhere.
Listen, you will never find Chris. I'm sorry, you will never find me doing shit
and
like
to
that.
me, and it's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, if
yes, it is.
But hold on.
Yes, it is.
There's nothing wrong with that. However, if you're seeking a feminine female, most of them are looking for a shoulder to lean on. But if this is who you are, which is fine.
But you can be someone to lean on without necessarily being a stud.
But that's the thing, though. Some femmes like the image of a stud. They like the look. Okay. They like the look. They also like the safety that come with it. But again, some girls that are dressed in men's clothing don't come with that safety factor. They don't, because they're still trying to figure themselves out. Okay. You know, so it is very misleading.
It is very misleading. But you know what? I'm not going to say that gay men themselves don't necessarily look for masculinity too. Masculinity, still within the black culture period, is king.
Right.
Let's put it out there. Masculinity is king.
They love it
within, and you know. And by the way, I think sometimes we go too fucking.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
Tell me, blow my mind. Go ahead.
Even as a lesbian, straight women get turned on by me just being the way that I am.
Are you serious?
But we'll talk about that later.
Okay, let's talk about
that. But the point I'm trying to make is that when you're secure, you know who you are.
Yeah,
people are just attracted.
But you know, maybe they're just attracted to confidence. There's a difference between,
of course,
because by the time it's not about masculinity; it's just more about who you are. The confidence that you exude is a very attractive thing to a lot of people,
and that's where that confidence has. You know, I don't date women, but I date you.
But that's confidence.
Right.
You know, it's like, in other words, I found that attractive enough to where I would jump the fence just to, have the experience. It was one night, I was in college, whatever. What do you want to give excuse for?
I was with a straight woman for 6 years, though.
Whoa, wait, stop. Is that was an actual monogamous relationship or just
No, 6 years. I tell everybody, that's like my longest relationship.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And it goes back to what I was talking about, sex and emotions. Mm-hmm. They're not the same.
You're right, no sex, because it could be completely separated.
And I can consider to be a straight woman because after me, she went dating guys. But the reason we broke up had nothing to do with that. It had to do with me being me. me being me, and that's that.
Oh shit! All right.
But the point I'm trying to make is, sometimes people can just fall in love with somebody for that person being them. I don't think it has anything to do with their sex.
No, you're absolutely right. But you know what? I also think that because society places their ideas and what they believe in, whether it's religion, whether it's just generational ideas or concepts, or even keep in mind, you also coming from your own background. Your own background has a lot to do with what you're thinking as well, and then society capped on top of that.
We got to start reprogramming them subconsciously.
So really, to find yourself, to mingle through not just your back. Put it this way, my whole background is more Pentecostal. Right. Pentecostal, Southern Georgia way of thinking.
Golly.
And then you got, the masculinity. And growing up, my uncle used to just steal me in the chest. Put some more bass in your voice, boy. Seriously.
Damn.
And be like, you cave in your chest and everything because they don't necessarily like the perception of. So when you got society, then you got religion, then you got everyone thinking what a man should be, including women. So now you got all that. To define yourself in the midst of all that, it takes a lot of deprogramming.
It does.
And that shit don't come easy. I think every black woman and man should have a therapist. Every last one of them. Because that shit takes time.
Yeah, my cousin said that one time. I think that me personally, I think after my last relationship, I decided, I needed to take some time. And what I found out during that time, that whole year, is that when it's time to come to terms with some things, it's time to come to terms with some things, because you see yourself going through relationships and you're like, something doesn't click. Like, what is it? And then when you're by yourself, you really get time to think.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got into meditation, so I'm very big on that.
Nice.
And then, you know, your subconscious start, like, releasing all these demons, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know, and it's true. That whole therapy thing, I'm big on that. I tell people you need to go see a therapist, you know.
But you know how, again, we classify that
right,
too.
Right. Oh, I ain't crazy.
That's some white people shit.
That's some white people shit, you know. And we do need it. And I'm going to tell you this, Chris. I am in a healthier state of mind now than I've ever been in my whole life.
Wow.
You know, and it took work. Facing a lot of demons, you know, and as confident as I am, I still have other things that I had to work on. I think everybody does.
I think so too.
You know, I was watching an interview with Jay-Z. He did an interview with I don't remember the interviewer the interviewer's name. It's on YouTube if you look it up.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, you know, the only pain you can heal is the one that you reveal, and it's on his 440 album, which is true. You can't heal something you're not willing to reveal, and I think that a lot of people are stuck between saying, "Oh, you know, I'm a lesbian, I'm a bisexual, I'm this, I'm that." They want to identify something instead of just saying, "Look, you know, I enjoy being with women emotionally. I enjoy with men physically," and be able to have that conversation with their partner so people know where they stand in your life.
Yeah.
Versus, and you know, going under labels, and then, you know, 5-10 years from now, that label may not fit anymore, you know, for whatever reason, and then now it's whatever. Like me, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna love women to the day I go to the grave. Okay. I just adore women. Like, it's not. You know, it's not really just a sexual thing. It's like I could be in the company of a woman and never have sex with her and I'll be satisfied. That's just me. I can't say that a lot of people like that.
You damn right.
I can be in her company and be absolutely okay. But the thing is, I also enjoy human connection. You know, so some people, they don't enjoy that. They have to be physically touching you and all this other stuff, and you know. But I'm not saying I don't enjoy that. I'm just saying that I'm okay. You know, the most cheating I think somebody can do is emotional cheating. Like emotionally cheat on somebody is like absolutely the worst. You know? Well, but then it's hard to catch too. Well, no, you can't catch emotional cheating.
Wait. Okay, when you say emotional cheating,
mean like, you know, your mind is caught up into this other person. Like, you're just caught up into them, right?
Oh, you mean, wait. So, like, bringing up things from the past that, you know, you bring up people that you've
somebody you just mad that you just feel like you have a connection with them. You ain't sleep with them yet.
Oh, like, no, that actually, okay, I get what you're saying. That is the worst. That is the worst. Because you could be having a good time and you fuck some dude, right? Okay. And then you go home and you keep it moving. Hell, a week from now, you may not even remember it. But you have an emotional connection with somebody. It'll be 5-10 years. You still remember that shit. Ooh, shit.
It's two different things.
That hurts.
You know what I'm saying?
That does hurt. You're right.
You know, people say, well, you know, he cheated. I can't get over it. How did he cheat? Oh, he fucked some girl he met at the club. Okay. How long y'all been together? 15 years? Don't you think your shit get boring after a while? I'm just saying. When's the last time you said to him, yo, honey, let's go do this and let's go have a good time? But it's true. People don't want me to say stuff like that, but it's the reality of it.
But you know what? I think that the physical action of going outside the relationship is easier to justify than the emotional.
Absolutely.
You can't go to somebody and say, he emotionally cheated me. People actually hold on. Well, okay, you're going to break that shit down further. What you mean emotionally cheating? It's hard to really extract yourself from a situation.
Well, on the women aspect is much easier, because the thing is with women only cheat one or two ways. One or two ways.
Break it down. They're
either going to have somebody sucking their titties and doing all this stuff. That's the sexual cheating. Or they're going to get emotionally caught up in somebody else because you were unavailable.
Ooh.
Okay.
Women
are probably more needier than average men are. Even gay men. Okay. Women are probably needier. That's why
gay men can be too.
They can be needy.
I mean, listen. I mean, now, yeah, they can be too. Okay. I mean, because someone will tell you, I am just needy, and someone will just come out right and tell you, I am needy.
You know, I don't mind dating a needy woman. I really don't. Why don't I mind?
Why?
Because I'm strong enough to handle it.
Do you feel, okay, here's another question. Do you think that really makes you feel more of a masculinity, or like the one in charge?
You know, that might be possible. I don't think it's hard to really deal or build with somebody who's too independent. Because when you're in a relationship, there has to be, because in order for me to be vulnerable, I have to feel safe, the person I'm going to be vulnerable to.
You can't feel safe with somebody being...
If she's too independent...
What's too independent? Let's break that down.
Too independent means like, whether you're here or not, it makes no fucking difference.
Well, that's
those people are not built to be in a team.
That could be distance. That could be very emotionally distant. No, if you're emotionally distant, that's one thing. Because
I'm already like that. I'm already that way. So why would I hook up with somebody who's like that? I want somebody that's going to soften me up.
So you wouldn't date yourself?
No, I would not.
No,
I would not date me.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
I would not. Would you date yourself?
It depends.
No, you would not. Okay? It depends. I don't know no offers that would date themselves. Because we know we're a little too much sometimes.
That may be true. Damn, you know what I never said that like that. I never thought I was like, I came with a question mark when I
think that I'm
but I think I'm a good boyfriend. I really think so.
Well, me too. I think I'm a great partner. Well, if I say I'm yours, I'm definitely committed and dedicated. But I think the biggest thing that people are missing in the whole relationship arena is that you should be loyal, you should be faithful. It takes work.
Especially in this community.
And you got people that don't want to get they don't want to get dolled up, they don't want to fix themselves up, they want to flip-flop it through. Listen, we are visual people. We are until you hit 70 years old or 80.
Why gotta be that?
I'm just saying.
Listen, you got a big bank account at 70. Options are still available for you. So it goes by the cereal aisle mentality. We have a very cereal aisle mentality. When you go down the cereal aisle, oh shit, am I in the mood for some Frosted Flakes or some Pops? Or am I with some Apple Jacks, or do I want, Frosted Bran Flakes? You know what? I'm so we get confused.
That's why I don't commit to just anybody, because I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I'm not going to commit with somebody because, they're nice. They understand me. We can have great conversation. You could be my friend. We can have a good conversation. Okay. I have friends, man. We can go away on a weekend and talk all weekend, but I don't want to be with them. People get if I'm going to hook up with someone, I want to make sure I am attracted to them all the way. It doesn't mean they're going to be perfect, but I'm also attracted to their flaws.
Let's break that down for a minute. Okay, attracted. Meaning, we got the outside part. Right. Easy. Mm-hmm. What else?
They have to be human.
Human meaning what?
Have a heart.
Okay. So basically, you want somebody who is gentle, affectionate, really getting attention, really finding out about how your day
It doesn't mean that they're not gonna cut the next bitch. It doesn't mean that. It just means that they have a human side of them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like if anybody's going through something, you could see that their womanly, motherly, caring side of them come out. They have to be warm.
Okay.
And they're not like drama. I hate females that love drama.
God.
He said, she said, my friend said, I can't. No, I can't.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you on that one.
And then for me, it's like, you have to love to look nice. If I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym, to look good, I'm doing it for myself, but I'm also doing it for you. Give you something nice to look at. Why can't you? I'm not saying you got to hit the gym like me, but if we're going out, can you fix yourself? Fix your face. Fix your hair. Don't roll out of bed with some flip-flops. Talk about you ready? Ready to go there.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. So attractive, it's more than just looks. It's like, it's like a plethora of things. It's not just one thing.
It's mentality. It's confidence.
Absolutely.
Confidence is also part of that too.
Like when I look at give you an example of somebody who doesn't do the most. Like, I think Alicia Keys is beautiful.
Yeah, naturally beautiful.
Naturally beautiful is what I'm talking about. She her personality. She's just a nice person.
She is. Yes.
Even Cardi B. People say, "Oh, Cardi B, that bitch." Da da da. But she has that loyalty factor in her that I love. The way she's so committed to whoever she's dealing with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That is attractive.
Okay.
A female that's like, she broke up with Jane on Monday, and by Friday she has a new person.
Well, that person was already on the side. That person was sitting there on the side.
That's unattractive to me.
Yeah.
That's unattractive to me. Yeah. Okay? I like a woman that allows time to review her options. That's not jumping from bed 1 to bed 2. You don't need to have somebody next to you all the time.
So in other words, basically they don't commit to a relationship even though they've already had so-and-so on the side the whole time, but they're not necessarily an actual committed relationship. Because you really can't jump from one committed to, and you haven't really gotten over the other person.
They do it. That's why they call them U-Haul lesbians.
U-Haul lesbians.
U-Haul lesbians.
I've heard this term before, but break it down. What is a U-Haul lesbian?
U-Haul lesbians is basically, they're moving in with each other in less than a month.
That's not really a relationship, is it? Like, do relationships...
They do it.
Does that really last, though?
The most it'll last is a year.
Well, then shit.
Because usually people do that because they're coming out something. I remember somebody I was with told me, fuck with the next so you can get over your ex. Right? So,
I'm not going to say we don't have that type of saying either. To get over somebody else to get over somebody else.
Right. but to me, it's like, I've tried that. Fucking the next does not help you get over the ex.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
You might have that nuts for that moment, but if you and that ex really had a connection or something going on, like you guys really were on that plane where you connect for real, can't nobody get you over that.
That's true.
It's time that's going to heal
That's true. And the other person, when they call, hey, you melt... What you calling for? I was saying in my space,
So that's the. But yeah, U-Haul lesbian is a very, very popular term. It's used. Lesbians use it, and me personally, I'm a turtle.
What the fuck is a turtle? These are some shits that
I'm a turtle, meaning that I will date a woman, court her like a regular heterosexual man would court a woman. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna get to know who you are. I'm gonna get to know what I'm gonna take you out to a few dates. I'm gonna do all that.
How many months is a turtle? Because I honestly, I will put myself in that category, but let me find out first. Well, how many months or how many years is considered to be a turtle's limitation?
Well, for me to commit in a relationship, if she's waiting for me to say we're in a relationship, man, that could take over 6 months.
Okay, I think 6 months is appropriate. I think 6-7 months is appropriate.
I thought something's wrong with me.
I did nothing wrong. In that case, I put myself as a turtle category. I put myself as a turtle.
If I'm not emotionally available, then it could be a little longer. But I'm always honest. And I always let people know. Listen, this is what I got going on. I really care about you. I really like you. Yeah. To see if they're okay. But the thing about that is, women are funny. Like, if they want what they want when they want it. If you don't give them what they want, they will hurt you. They'll do some crazy shit to you just so you didn't give me what I wanted. See, this is what happens.
The fuck? Wait.
I don't know if guys do that. Guys do
listen, okay. The only time I've ever come across that has been a goddamn crazy ass Latino. That's the only time I've actually come across.
Oh my
because
God.
They're highly emotional.
They're very passionate.
I've gotten over that cap. I got over that cap a long time ago.
Right.
And so I will go. Try different shit.
True.
But that's the only time I've actually come across that shit. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some black people who just are highly, especially when it comes to gay men. There are some highly emotional ones because also sometimes they're the ones that actually prefer the female role, quote unquote.
Right.
And so they feel as that's the role that they should take on. Mm-hmm. And I never could understand that because I just kind of said, well, maybe they're just raised by women. That's the first thing that comes to my head. They were just raised by women. They never really had a man in their life. Mm-hmm. I had 2 parents in my life. So there's a balance.
So did I.
So I mean, that's a possibility.
And you could tell the difference too. You could tell the difference between women that had their father figure and women who did not.
Break that down too.
Women that, my own personal experience, this is by no means or no study, by no nothing. This is my personal experience dealing with women in general.
Gotcha.
I find that women that have a father figure growing up are more emotionally stable versus women who didn't.
I think you're right.
Okay.
I think you're right.
And I was blessed. I was blessed to have both of my parents growing up. I was blessed to be daddy's little girl. So I whatever my dad says to me in terms of advice or relationship is gold. Gotcha. And whatever my mom says is just information. Yeah. Okay. Because my dad he's like the ultimate macho man, right? My dad enjoys women company, even if he didn't sleep with them.
Gotcha.
Okay? So a lot of my ways, I guess I inherited, or I'm like that.
For your dad.
My brother, both of my brothers, they're both the same. They just love women, love the company of women. You know, when I tell people, well, my brother doesn't cheat, they're like, oh, you don't know what he does. I'm like, no. Me and my brother are like aces. My brother would leave you before he cheat, because my dad was a serial cheater. So he didn't want to be nothing like him.
Gotcha.
You know, okay. But when you get to hear the full story from my dad's side, it made perfect sense on why he was the way he was. Because my mom is a handful. You know, my mom's a handful. She wants to do whatever she wants to do. It's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
But when I look back and I'm like, you know, I'm the way that I am, so driven and so disciplined, so this, so that, because my father's that way.
Gotcha.
You know, I've dated women that didn't have their father presence in their lives, and these women would always confide in men that claim to be their friends, and meanwhile all he's trying to do is trying to get at you.
Okay.
You know, but women that grew up with a father figure, they're not really attracted in having these male friends on the sideline. They don't really care about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gay women, that is.
Gotcha.
Okay. But you know, like I said, it's just my personal experience. I'm not saying that it was any study, you know, any study was done, but my personal experience dealing with women that did not have that father figure, those women are very difficult to love.
You know, now you got me thinking about in terms of gay men, you know, when it comes to that balance. And a lot of them did not grow up with that father figure.
If they didn't grow up with their mother, they have issues too.
No, that's a big one too.
Yeah.
But, you know, but a lot of
men need that woman presence. Like women need that man presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like even if like two lesbians were to have a kid together, right? They still need to have some type of balance in that house in terms of, let's say they have a baby boy, it'd be fine. But if you have a baby girl, you'd still want to have some type of either an uncle or, you know, somebody you trust. You know, sometimes these uncles can be too legit. Yeah. You know, somebody you trust. But, you know, you want to bring that balance in. And, you know, like I said, a lot of lesbians have little boys. So it makes no damn difference. Yeah. But it does, but not as big. But if you have a little girl, you really want to think about that.
Yeah,
because they need that balance.
Well, is it because in fact you want the balance to be balanced with a softness that could be done, especially for like a masculine stud lesbian? Because they're not. Is it because of the fact that you're looking for that softness to be balanced versus the masculinity or the femininity to be balanced? Or
no, I think,
what is it? What did you look?
I think it's just, you know, for a little girl, I think that there is a certain amount of confidence that the male brings into the picture. That, you know, that, and it's same thing for little boys. You know, there's this level of confidence and nurturing that little boys need that a mother brings in. That us as human, just being the way that we are, is needed. And anybody that says contrary is crazy.
Gotcha.
You know, we still need each other. We still do.
No, we do.
We still do. I mean, we can't help that, because what people seem to forget is we're spiritual beings in a body. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. So the spirit has no sex technically. Right?
No, it doesn't.
So you don't. You just trying to work with your spirit and work with your body and trying to, you know, go through life. But there's still a healthy way to go through life.
But how long did it really take for you to really find Maya? Maya G, how long it took you to find you?
Wow. It took a very long time, Chris. For one, I've never been single, right?
Okay.
I started dating when I was like 16. I had my first girlfriend, I think I was like 21, 20. Gotcha. So from 20 to like 30, I've dated this whole 10 years, you know, one level after the next. So I never really got to work on me. When I figured out that I couldn't work for the government anymore, I needed to be on my own. And for you to be on your own now, you have to reprogram your subconscious, because you need a certain level of mental capacity to be able to execute certain things.
That's true.
Right? I remember when I was working, I was like maybe 27, 28, and I got called to the office by one of the managers. He said to me, he's like, I don't think you realize how influential you are on people. And I was just like, what are you talking about? He's like, whatever you do, people follow. I said, I didn't know I was responsible for all these people. You know, and he's like, but you know, you're a lead. And basically a lead officer is in charge of, you know, other people. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll mind myself.
Yeah. Well, he was saying that in a negative sense? I mean,
no, he was saying that you have a lot of power, so use your power.
Got it.
Nobody has ever said that before.
Gotcha.
So when he said that, then another lady was talking to me, and she's like, have you ever heard about Abraham Hicks, the teaching of Abraham? And I was like, what's that? And then I started diving into that. And then from that, I got into meditation. And when I got into meditation, that's when I started really dealing with some of my own personal demons.
Gotcha.
And all that for me to find myself took about this year. I would say I've come to that point.
So from 27 to
right
now, how many years has that been?
That's a lot of years.
You see, I'm trying to find
That's a lot of years. But what I will tell you, Chris, is that once you get to that level, people can see it.
True.
You know, like it's like I walk into a room. Oh yeah, I know, yeah. You know, and people can. It's like almost like you got like this halo over you, and you know, I'm still a work in progress.
We all are.
And like I have a problem. Like now, I don't even understand why people are not happy all the time. Like I feel like if you're healthy, why you're not happy?
Well,
like I just don't get that.
Honestly, you're not healthy. Mental health I think right now mental health is a big topic now.
Absolutely.
When it comes, especially for us. I'm sorry, mental health is a huge ass thing for us to really tackle because we don't give ourselves enough time to relax. We don't give ourselves enough time to just chill the fuck out. We don't get. And by the way, somebody also mentioned this to me. They said, Chris, 80% of us are not that fucking unique from anybody else. Somebody grew up with some aspect of a fucked up lifestyle, a fucked up background. You are not that much unique than somebody else. You are not. You are really all. Everybody comes from that shit. Now the problem is, do you take the time to unravel and straighten that out for yourself as the individual to go on, or not?
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. Do you know it wasn't until this year I had a conversation about my sexuality with my mom?
What?
I mean, we're talking about over 18 years of me being gay, and I'm just having this conversation with my mom.
Holy shit! And how was that? Wait a minute, she didn't see no. She
saw it, but the thing is, my family have this big thing about don't ask, don't tell. That's just what it is.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of black families.
And that's just that. So me having that conversation with her was such, and I knew I had a problem because I went out of town with somebody. And she was very affectionate and all of this, and I was a little bit uncomfortable, not because I don't care about her, or I didn't want her being on me like that, but I was more comfortable because like I said, I was still dealing with those demons in the back of my head. What is this person going to think? I've completely sabotaged a whole relationship just on these demons of, oh, you shouldn't be with a woman. And it's crazy because once you understand how powerful your subconscious is and how it can fuck up your life, you're like, listen, I like you, but I need to work on this right here. I need to reprogram my shit because I don't want this shit to happen between me and you.
Exactly. And that's also treating the person fairly. That's being fair.
Absolutely. And I think that every person that has come to my life has taught me something, and I think the last lesson I'm learning now is patience. Because me, I'm like, I don't feel like that. I want it now. I want what I want now. God. I can't wait.
Oh God,
get it right now.
Well, don't tell people. Lord Jesus.
So yeah. In terms of finding myself, it was almost a 20-year journey.
And you know what? And guess what? I think this is what I also think. The older you get, you're entering different stages.
Of course.
So because you're entering different stages, you got to guess what? You got to figure shit out again. And especially within the community that we live in, we're very shallow.
Absolutely.
We are very
nothing wrong with shallow though.
Well,
we like to look good.
Problem.
Looking good. Shallow. What kind of shallow?
Okay, shallow means in terms of looking good, but also economics.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad.
And also because I'll be honest, people put themselves a lot of debt, especially with this community. We put ourselves a lot of debt just to continue to look good. Absolutely. Like we got it like that.
Yeah, people are so crazy.
And it's that's more crazy. Like, and that's still living out a ghetto fabulous mentality.
It sure is.
And so we do a lot of that shit.
That is true.
And the problem is, like for instance, and we are intermingling with a lot of people who don't have it like that, but because they're cool people, we may have known them from the beginning, etc. but they're also trying to keep up with the Joneses too.
Absolutely.
So those who have it like that, who are continue to put themselves in more debt, and then you got our friends who don't have it like that, who are putting themselves in debt just by keeping up with you.
And I don't keep up with nobody. I make my own rules.
But you know what? A lot of us don't do that. But we're constantly trying to figure ourselves and make ourselves feel good with things all the time.
Yeah, that's mad.
So I know gay men do a shitload. We make good money because we work hard, but that's also because we weren't really accepted in high school. So real life became high school over again for us.
That.
And we're trying to succeed. We're trying to, So it's one of those situations where finding yourself, and then on top of that, getting older in the process, and freaking out because a lot of people just cannot accept the age. Yes. It's almost like age is the devil's work in the gay community. You cannot get old. Even though now I think I find it attractive when I see some gray. It's like, okay, all right, he got a little bit, So, you start to look, and don't get me wrong, young is beautiful too, but you also begin now to appreciate. Now the word daddy is coming up. Right. Do they have terms right there for lesbians? Mama?
No, they like daddy.
Well, you saying the same damn term.
They call daddy, yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
If you're hitting it right, they call you daddy.
I never knew that shit. They still use the same term.
Yes, they do. Yes,
oh my god!
Even though once I say I won't call you daddy, you'll get her to call you daddy.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
I'm learning new terms. All right, this is a whole vocabulary.
Yeah.
So we got U-Haul, we got the turtle, we got daddy.
Yes. I've been called a turtle, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with turtles. I think the older you get, you should be a little bit more
selective.
And guess
Absolutely.
what? There's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm not apologizing either.
Now, so you being an entrepreneur, and let's talk about that for a minute, because you are a female. You are clearly a strong female, but you're in an entrepreneur, which mostly is a male's game. What is your take on that, just being who you are and walking into a male-dominated field, I guess you could say?
That's a good question. I think that it goes back to confidence, and I'm so grateful to have, because both my parents are entrepreneurs themselves. So I grew up.
Okay, you grew up around that.
I grew up around that. I was like 9 years old hustling cassette tapes by my mom's shop, selling CDs and stuff like that at 9 years old. So to me, I take bigger chances than most people. I don't really care about if it's gonna hurt if I fail. Like I'm a risk taker. Yeah. So dealing with men, one thing I notice about men, being a gay woman, lesbian woman, is that men don't mind messing with you as long as they don't feel like you think you're more of a man than they are.
Ooh.
Okay, so if you're gonna allow them their space to be, because they I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I had a gentleman come into my shop with his Asian woman. Okay, and she's over here. She's fixing his tie. She's fixing his suit. She's doing all this to get him to look perfect for this headshot for his business, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So then he gets there. And I tell him to do this. He's like, "Oh, are you gonna do this?" He's asking me a gazillion questions. So I said to him, "Sir, do you trust me?" In front of his wife. Okay. And he looked at me. He's like, "Yes." I said, "So then you're gonna follow my instructions. You're gonna do as you're told. And then if you have any questions after I'm done, then you can ask questions." Caucasian men. People say, "Well, damn, only you can get away with that." No, when you're like confident. Yeah. People already know that. Mm-hmm. Okay. I run this show. You came here, hired me as a professional to do this. So you're not going to come here and trying to make me feel the type of way. I think with men, once they feel like you're secure with yourself and you know what you're doing, and you're not apologizing for being gay because you're secure with it, well, they give you your space.
Interesting.
If you're insecure about being gay, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, they're going to stomp all over you. They're going to stomp all over you. Black man, white man, Spanish, it don't matter. But once you're secure, they just know, she's gay, but she knows her shit. Yeah. They're not fucking with you.
Okay. You know what, that's
that problem. I'll go out with a woman to a straight club. Like most gay women, they only stick to gay clubs. They will not go outside of gay clubs because they don't want people bothering them. I'll go anywhere. Yeah. When I show up, I always get respect. I've never had an issue with anybody that steps sideways. Okay. And guys, they can feel however they feel, but they know what person to try.
Gotcha.
They just know.
They're reading people. They're constantly reading.
Men knows how to read. They do.
Yeah.
I think men can read better than women most time because they spend so much time reading the opposite sex and understand, does she like me? Maybe she doesn't like me. They so at a point that now they can tell, oh yeah, that's her people. I remember I was walking through the village with a girl, my first girlfriend, decades ago, and then she was very tall, Amazonic chick, and this guy was like, you gotta give it a word, give it a word. And I turned around. What? And then he points at me. He's like, you gotta give her the wood. You gotta give her the wood.
My God. Oh, my God.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, but that's the thing. Like, if you're always defensive, like in a defense and trying to fight, and they know that. They're going to pick on you. But if you can laugh, where they're like, oh, that's you? Yeah, she bad. That's you? And you're like, yeah, thank you. And you can smile about it.
Yeah.
Or if they say, hey, baby, I'm selling some CDs. You want some? You want to get some? Don't be like, oh, I'm not your baby. You don't need to do all that. No, sweetheart, I'm good. You already know you're gay. You don't got to convince nobody.
Exactly.
Just be respectful to get respect.
But you know what? I think a lot of us really have the problem with just the label. Just the label of gay in itself. It is a hard-ass label. I'm not going to sit here and tell nobody.
I like the label gay better than lesbian.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Tell me why.
I just don't like the way lesbian sounds.
Wait, you don't like the synonyms? Or how
why can't we just use that one word?
Gay. Just gay for... Yeah. What about queer?
What's that?
You'd be quite surprised. I've come across some gay people who feel more empowered with the word queer than gay.
Why?
Honestly, I think the word queer comes across as very advocate-like versus gay or LGBTQ or something like that.
This Q thing got me going.
Listen, first off, too many alphabets fuck it up for me. LGBTQ, A, N, B, C.
Why can't we just be gay?
Okay.
Why can't we just be gay or transgender? Why can't we just be GT?
Hold on. Now, see, transgender is a whole separate category for gay people.
So why don't we just be GT?
What's that?
Gay and transgender.
Because you got questionable bi. They want to put themselves up the same category.
They're going to be under gay.
How?
Why not?
Why not? Why mean why not? Wait a minute. Gay does not necessarily... Gay usually means homosexual.
Okay. I'm going to blow your mind. Lesbian women don't like bisexual women.
Now, you got to break that down. Why?
Because they said... Why?
But guess what? Neither does gay men, but I'll tell you my reason why. Go ahead.
And the les community, they feel that they're virus carriers.
That is such
the most ignorant thing
that's
I've
the most.
heard.
Let me tell you, gay men have that same mentality too.
That's why.
And this is what I've discovered. And like I said, I just had an interview not that long ago with bi, and we honestly put those particular things in there is because number one, we're competing. I mean, you can't compete against somebody who is opposite sex of you. And many people...
We shouldn't be competing, period.
But mentally, we think we are.
Let me tell you something. When you're an amazing human, you compete with nobody.
You are damn right about that.
Okay, average people do competitions. I don't do competition. If I can create something, fuck it, I keep it moving.
Gotcha.
And I think people thinking, well, if she's bisexual, you're competing with men. No, I'm not. I'm not, because I'm not average.
So wait a minute. So why do gay? And I'm going to give my explanation again of why gay men. But why do we have a problem with bisexual or sexually fluid?
Because if she's gonna cheat on you, even if she's a straight up lesbian, if she's gonna cheat on you, that's her values. That's how she roll. She's gonna do it regardless with another human.
Yeah.
So does it matter if she got dick down or she got sucked up? Like, it don't make a difference.
A lot of people have said, kid you not, if you're gonna cheat on me, I'd rather cheat on me with another woman, not another guy. And I'll be honest with you, that has been said. Well, and on top of that, it's like, okay, wait a minute. Regardless of the person, whatever sex it is, the person is being uncommitted to you, unfaithful to you, untruthful to you.
But the thing is, to them, like if you were to cheat with a woman versus cheating with another guy, to them it's just an activity because you don't connect with women like that anyway.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of women that say they're lesbians, but when they're going through heartaches with women and they want to feel whole again, they'll fuck with the dude just to stroke their ego and go right back to women.
Let me touch on that for a minute. So wait a minute. Okay. And by the way, I think...
And it's, keep in mind, I'm talking about stuff here that people don't want to admit to. But see, I'm a little yogi. Right? People come to me with all kinds of stuff, right?
Okay, all right.
So I'm talking about stuff that people, it's obscure.
Gotcha.
They don't want to talk about it.
Well,
but it's reality. People do strange things to stroke their egos.
Well, of course they do, because the ego... Listen, I've always been told this. Emotions will convince the intellect.
Absolutely.
It will completely fuck you up and say, and give you justifications
for what you're about to do.
And you know what's wrong.
And then right after you do it, you're like, oh shit.
I fucked up. And your emotions like, I told you when,
You could have just watched a good porn and you'd have been fine.
You know it ain't gonna last that damn long. Depending on what you are,
It's ridiculous.
Man, I love this conversation. Tune in next week with a conversation with Maya G. Again, we come with the topic, let's come clean in regards to the differences between gay men and gay women. I love the topic. I'm sure you will. See you next week. This is Chris from Brothaspeak Podcast.